Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
Is the power going to stay on? We feel very good about the status of the Texas power grid and ERCOT to be able to effectively and successfully ensure that the power is going to stay on throughout the entirety of this winter storm episode.
Governor Greg Abbott assuring the public in advance of that big cold front headed our way.
That's right. During that press conference in Austin, he and other officials stressed that the Texas power grid is ready.
Power generators are fully inspected and prepared and winterized for this process. They have never been as prepared for a winter event as they are today, including having a secondary source of fuel available to make sure that they will not lose access to fuel the power generation that's needed to send throughout the entire grid to make sure that you're going to be able to heat your home.
Now, that said, the governor did say there are going to be 2 moments in time over the next couple of days when the electrical grid might be tight because there will be less wind energy to access. ERCOT expects the highest usage to be on Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning.
Officials also stress safety. They also asked Texans to be smart about the way that they are heating their homes.
And if you're in an area where you might get some precipitation, like in central Texas, you need to avoid the roads as much as possible since that is going to lead to icy conditions. And that being said, this round of wintry weather is not expected to be anything like the big storm we saw back in 2021. Thank goodness.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of people asking about that or maybe even wondering about that as we take you outside live cam. Clear skies, looks great out there. But Justin, we know that we're about to get that cold weather. It's headed our way.
It's coming. It's coming. We're going to get some temperatures in the teens. But you're right about the comparison. I mean, you look back at 2021, if you remember, we got down into the single digits. We had snow on the ground. This is different. And ERCOT sounds like they are prepared for it. And that's what we want to hear. We first start, though, with the winds this morning. They were very strong. We had gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour. Now we're looking at gusts between 20 and 30. It's still windy out there, but these winds are trying to come down a little bit. And I think by the late afternoon, you'll see them subside quite a bit. A little closer look there at San Antonio. Still seeing some gusts 25 plus at this hour out of the north and west. And boy, that did a number on Mount Cedar. It jumped up to 21,000 today. And it will probably be around again tomorrow. There's a look at the wind gust forecast. Yes, those winds do come down. By about dinner time, you'll notice them really start to subside. And then overnight, they'll be fairly light. Let me show you the temperatures up in Montana right now. Negative 28, negative 7 in Bismarck, negative 3 in Casper. That's the leading edge of that really cold air. And look at the wind chills. We'll look at those coming up. Negative 55, somewhere in that range. So that cold air is taking aim on Texas. It will be here Sunday morning. That's when it arrives for us. So now is the time to start doing those preps. And again, Sunday morning arrival. Wind chills will be in the 20s most of the day on Sunday. Is there a threat for ice? Short answer is yes. It'll be light, but that threat increasing just a little bit. And we'll talk about that coming up as well. How long are we going to be below freezing? Could be up to 80 hours for some of us in the whole country, not here in San Antonio, but this is going to be a length of time in which we see some very, very cold temperatures all the way into the middle part of next week. We're going to detail all of it for you, and we'll have much more updated computer models for you as well coming up here in just a few minutes. Guys.
So much going on, Justin. Thank you. You've probably noticed by now, if you've been outside, how nature has really done a 180-degree turn compared to yesterday. Those strong winds have been whipping wintry weather all across our area. And as Justin just said, it's going to get even colder soon.
Yeah, definitely felt those strong winds this morning. KSAT's Katrina Weber shows us how some people are getting ready to deal with it.
You can hear it, see it, and definitely feel it. Strong winds have begun blowing a chill across our area, reminding us that winter is here.
It's going to be really cold. I stay in San Antonio for a reason. I don't care about the cold, not this cold anyway.
Margie Gaines isn't too happy about the weather that arrived just 24 hours after a day where some were in short sleeves. The winds this morning had trees bending to their will and brought others down altogether. They also unleashed a beating on the setups for Monday's Martin Luther King Day celebration. Jennifer Smith, meanwhile, was standing up to it all in shorts.
It's always shorts weather. If the sun's out, I'm in shorts. We're out here working out, so it's perfect shorts weather.
This windy weather is just a taste of what nature will be serving up next week. Freezing cold temperatures. On Monday, the city will open more than a dozen places where people can get warm during the day, including the Central Library.
As long as the roads don't ice over, I think we're good.
Just in case, both TxDOT and Bexar County have de-icing trucks like this one during a past storm on standby and ready to roll. Gaines, though, will be staying home, although she had wanted to attend the MLK festivities.
But with the weather the way it's going to be, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it.
It's weather that will make a holiday more of a home day for some. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
Nothing in the weather suggests that we will not be able to hold the march. It may be a little bit cold, dress appropriately, dress warm, but come to March.
You just heard right there, the chairperson of the city's MLK Commission says that all systems are a go for the 37th annual MLK Junior March. San Antonio's march is typically one of the largest in the nation. The city event and its record participation is a continuous reminder to those who march and watch the march of Dr. King's dream and sacrifice. Members of the commission are keeping an eye on the weather, just like all of us are, but the commission is reaffirming that the commemorative events are still happening. The MLK March starts Monday morning at 10 o'clock at the MLK Academy located on Martin Luther King Drive and will end at Pittman Sullivan Park on Iowa Street. That's off of New Braunfels Avenue. And that's where the annual celebration that includes all the food, good music, and information booths will all take place.
Between now and then, though, when temperatures are going to get this cold, the forecast, it's important to take care of a lot of things around your house, especially your pipes. Insulating your pipes will help them keep warm and reduce the chance that they will freeze and then later on burst. You can use this kind of thing, a foam or a fiberglass insulation sleeve. If you don't have either of those things, materials from a hardware store or towels even can work as a temporary option.
Once it freezes below 32 degrees, the water starts to expand just like an ice tray basically, and there's no room for it to escape, so it's going to stretch the pipe to the point it's going to burst.
So keeping your faucets dripping can also help by keeping the water steadily moving through those pipes. Fallout continuing after police shot and killed a woman having an apparent mental crisis. An SAPD lieutenant now terminated after leaving an assigned shift early the night that Melissa Perez was shot and killed inside her Southwest Side apartment. That's according to disciplinary records obtained by KSAT Investigates. Lieutenant Steven Velasquez, a 30-year veteran of SAPD, handed an indefinite suspension on December 11th. Meanwhile, the indefinite suspensions for Sergeant Alfred Flores and Officer Nathaniel Villalobos were finalized. Flores faces a charge of murder. Villalobos faces a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. A third officer also facing a charge of murder. All three men are scheduled to appear in court on January 29th, according to court records. In Eagle Pass, the Department of Public Safety taking over a park along the Rio Grande. This morning, Governor Greg Abbott responding to this incident, saying on X, quote, as caravans of migrants are moving through Mexico toward the U.S. border, we are making clear that Texas will be a tough place to cross, unquote.
Shelby Park is about 47 acres and right on the Texas-Mexico border. The mayor of Eagle Pass, Rolando Salinas, announced that DPS told him that officers would take full control of the park indefinitely, and that's to stop people from illegally crossing the border into Texas. A local leader tells KSAT many people have mixed feelings.
As of today, I mean, we've had both sides of the spectrum. We have people who are completely against the state of Texas taking over or taking possession of this location, and we have people who feel that it is imperative and adequate. I hope that the federal government steps up and reforms our laws to prevent the catastrophe that we have been dealing with.
Now, because DPS will be at the park indefinitely, it is unclear whether events that are planned for the park this spring will then be canceled.
All right, it's winter go home as the NFL playoffs kick off this weekend. We'll look ahead to the Cowboys and Texans showdowns as they look to keep their Super Bowl dreams alive.
As the weekend gets closer, You need to prepare for the chilly weather. There's also road closure that could get in your way. How to navigate around it after the break. Cold weather and winds can definitely wreak havoc on your car, and the colder temperatures that are coming could cause low tire pressure. It could also crack the belts in your engine and the hoses in your engine and even kill your battery.
Cause the fluid inside to thicken, and then of course it's harder for the battery to turn over to run your vehicle.
So what do? AAA recommends turning on your car often, even if you're not in it every day. This is going to keep your battery alive. And if you have an older vehicle, make sure to let it warm up for at least a few minutes before you start moving around in the cold weather. You don't have to sit there for a long time, just enough to defog the windshield and warm up the cabin. And when it comes to warming up your car, make sure to open your garage, because if you don't, it can fill with carbon monoxide.
Good advice there. Well, if you live and drive on the far northwest side, listen up, because we are expecting some major delays and traffic in that area this weekend. TxDOT is shutting down the main lanes of 1604 and I-10 as part of the 1604 expansion project. Those closures will be in both directions, and they are allowing contractors to install steel beams for the building ramps and the bridges at that interchange. So TxDOT says these closures will take place every weekend this month. So let's talk real quick about some detours here. Taking a look here at some of the detours from I-10. Of course, this is going east and west. Basically, UTSA Boulevard to La Cantera Parkway. That's going to be shut down in both directions there. So you're going to have to take the frontage road in that area. And if you're traveling on 1604 Vance Jackson to La Cantera Parkway is going to be shut down there. So we have all this information on KSAT12. And again, this starts tonight at 9 o'clock and runs through Monday at 5 a.m. And of course, that's all weather permitting, which I was told that TxDOT's going to meet Saturday night to figure out if this construction will continue. But it's going to be a lot. Weather, traffic, the whole deal.
It's going to be so cold on Sunday. I say call it off. Justin's in favor of that. He got stuck in the traffic last time.
Well, I'm guessing, though, that they're going to get a lot of work done Saturday. See, they're going to get it all in, and then, then they'll pick up on Sunday, perhaps. I don't know. That'll be up to TxDOT. But what we do know is that Mountain Cedar is way up there. The Aquifer is only up a tenth of a foot, 639.6, but it's Mountain Cedar, 21,920. Boy, those winds did a number. Molds are moderate, not a good day for allergy sufferers. What's ahead? We've been talking about all the cold air. We've got some timing for you, when it will arrive, what it means, and what about any ice. All those details coming up.
We're going to take a look outside once again. Justin says he feels like a broken record, but we got to get the word out, because you don't want on Sunday to suddenly realize you didn't prepare for this.
And not only that, I mean, grocery stores and things like that, Justin, that people are going to be heading out to, got to make sure you're ready for this.
Yeah, I will say, let's not raise paranoia and everyone go to the grocery store and buy out all the bread and milk. It's not those situations, but you do want to be prepared if you don't want to get out in the cold and you're going to stay inside for a couple days. Yeah, you definitely do want to be prepared for that, and the pipes and the plants and everything we've been telling you about. All those things you've got today and tomorrow to get it done. Let's take a look at the big changes ahead. We'll just lay it all out for you here. 65 tomorrow. We'll see sun. It'll be nice. Saturday will be a really nice day if you want to get out and, cover some of those plants. At least the wind will have died down too. That always helps. But by sunrise Sunday, that front's coming through. And I think once it comes through, temperatures will go from being in the 50s Saturday night to being in the upper 20s by Sunday morning. It turns windy. Wind chills on Sunday will be in the 20s. Right now I'm forecasting 32. Could we get a little bit above that? Yes, but it's not going to feel that way. Cloudy skies most of your Sunday. Then, of course, what everyone's focusing on here is Sunday night into Monday. Is there a chance for some light ice? Yes. I think accumulations will be very light, very low. But with these kind of temperatures, even a little bit, just a little bit of a glazing on an overpass or anything like that can be dangerous. So we definitely do want to pass that along and certainly keep you updated on that. 31 Monday, wind chills will be in the 20s. MLK March will be very cold. 25 is where we start. And then Tuesday and Wednesday mornings are going to be our coldest mornings. 18 both mornings. We may rise above freezing on Tuesday and Wednesday, but the mornings Brutally cold. Right now, we're still looking at wind gusts, by the way, 20 to 30 miles per hour after what was a really windy morning. Had some gusts close to 50 miles per hour here in San Antonio. Did do some minor damage, as Katrina Weber showed you earlier. These winds are starting to subside, and they will continue that trend right on into the afternoon. So by 5 o'clock, gusts to 17, looks better, and then by tonight, those winds really start to lie down. As we go outside for you, clear skies at the moment, and temperatures at 53 degrees. We'll probably only make the mid to upper 50s today for highs. That's it. And then if you're in the hill country, right around 50 probably this afternoon for a high. The wind chill, you remember I told you this off the top of the show, negative 56 now in Cut Bank. That's what it feels like. That's dangerous cold. And it is starting to spill down the Rockies and then into the plains. Now, again, that's the wind chill, not the air temperature. But the air temperature is negative 28. It's not that much better. That cold air is going to make a beeline for Texas and Sunday mornings when it gets here. In the meantime, we've got 30s and 40s. It's chilly behind the front that moved through last night, but not as cold as it's going to be. 53 right now in San Antonio, 54 Houston. We made it up to 60 in Del Rio. Here are the Arctic air impacts. When? Sunrise Sunday. We've said that. What? Hard freeze. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday mornings. So we got 3 mornings where temperatures really plummet. The duration, up to 80 hours for some. I think that's kind of the maximum, and that's probably going to be in the hill country. That is not the case for San Antonio, but it is going to be a long period where we're going to see temperatures that are going to be very, very cold. And then that wintry mix of light glaze possible Sunday night, Monday morning. Let's look at the computer model. What you see here, this pink line, that is the freeze line. This is the storm system that brought us the wind today. That moves away. Saturday, we're well above freezing. That front's up here, so the freeze line's in North Texas. But as we get into Sunday, that freeze line pushes south, and then behind this, we get a weak little system. It's not much, but it's enough to kick up some precip, and notice we'll be below freezing, and this is Monday at 3 a.m. The computer models are starting to spit out a little bit of precipitation, and at this point, I think it would be some light freezing rain, maybe a little bit of sleet mixed in there. And again, if there's just enough there, we could see a little bit of a glaze on some of the elevated surfaces, metal surfaces, overpasses, things like that. This is 7 a.m. Monday. Still seeing a little bit of precipitation around before it comes to an end midday Monday. So if you're going to the MLK March, know that there could be a little bit of precipitation early. Temperatures in the 20s, wind chills, single digits and teens. Bundle up. By 1 p.m., maybe we get into the 30s, but it will be a very, very slow warm up. 33 Tuesday, 46 Wednesday. There's the increase in temperatures, but the mornings will be very cold. By Thursday, we're up to 50. But amazingly, we get another front, looks like Thursday and the Friday, that could knock temperatures back down, and we may get some more precipitation out of that. So busy 7-day forecast, guys.
So Justin, we're getting paid. You're getting paid back for all those days of saying it's going to be 100 degrees today. It's going to be 100 degrees today.
Yeah.
Man, some roller coaster weather there. Okay, coming up next in sports, the Spurs return to the Frost Bank tonight for back-to-back home games. But will Wemby get that minutes restriction taken off tonight? That's coming up next. And we're talking playoffs. Yes, playoffs. We'll check in with Dak Prescott's confidence level before taking on the Green Bay Packers. Sports is coming up next.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Welcome back. Well, it's a moment many Cowboys fans right here would actually like to forget. This week was the anniversary of the Dez Bryant no catch. Can't even see this. Horrible memories here. And it comes days before Dallas takes on Green Bay yet again in the playoffs. Back in 2015, those playoffs, Dez made an incredible catch in the fourth quarter of that game that was overruled, and the Cowboys ultimately lost that one. That Green Bay team was actually coached by current Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy. Well, nearly a decade later, the Cowboys are hosting the Green Bay Packers again in the playoffs this Sunday afternoon, and Dak Prescott thinks that things will be different this time around.
Yeah, I don't know if I've had this much confidence or a greater feel than I have with this offense, with this team, with our approach and how we're going to go and take care of things. We started off with a great week, and we want to make sure that we finish it that way, and that's where the confidence and everything comes that you need going into this game is from the preparation throughout the week.
The Cowboys host Green Bay this Sunday in the wild card round. It's the 9th time that these two teams have played one another in the postseason. Now to the Texans, where C.J. Stroud is the only rookie quarterback to make the NFL playoffs this season. Stroud led Houston to its first playoff appearance since 2019. The 22-year-old rookie will now get a taste of the postseason for the first time against a Cleveland squad that beat Houston earlier this season. But get this, Stroud did not play in that game. But the Browns know far too well that CJ will be prepared.
Yeah, no. I don't think it's like a edge thing where you come in, he's a rookie quarterback, and he may struggle with this, he may struggle with that. I think he's mature enough to be able to, and he's seen enough football to be able to execute in the way that he should. I don't think him being a rookie quarterback is going to affect his play at all.
CJ is not just the best rookie quarterback, but he's one of the best quarterbacks in the whole entire NFL. So he presents a lot of challenges for us, but I think we're up for the challenge.
Yes, Ursula, those were Uno cards there. We'll talk about that in a bit. The Texans and Browns kick off the NFL playoffs at Energy Stadium tomorrow at 3:30. Well, it took just 21 minutes the other night for Spurs rookie Victor Wembanyama to get the second fastest triple-double in NBA history. Wembanyama's playmaking skills, you see right there, nice baseball pass, were on full display, and his game was complemented by a balanced scoring effort from the Spurs starters and the bench as they took down the Detroit Pistons 130-108. Wemby continues showing what he can do in limited minutes. The Spurs take on the Hornets tonight and doubles tomorrow, and Wemby is ready to have that minutes restriction lifted.
It's something we watch on a daily basis, so the minutes restriction could be turned off like this, from one day to another. It just depends on, how the state of my body, but I hope when I get to treatment tomorrow or the day after, we can talk about limiting it or taking it off.
All right, it's Spurs Hornets tonight at 7 p.m. And going back to those glasses, I think you could rock. There were Uno cards, so I think he meant to say wild card for the playoff game. That's what I think. Either way, bold fashion
not many
decision.
people can pull that off.
I think you could do it.
He did well.
I could rock this.
You'll hear it a lot in the coming days. People, pets, pipes, and plants. These are the things to protect during the freezing weather. Still ahead, how to make sure your plants survive the drop in temps.
And new today at 5, millions of furniture safety kits sold to keep TVs and dressers from tipping over are now being recalled. The brand affected by the recall, where they were sold, and what you should do if you have one. That's coming up today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight.